What I study about public policy is reference to how policy does not change and things that keep the status quo in place. So, for example, crime and poverty are directly correlated. Public policy experts know this, the police know this, and you know this. However, in order to keep the system in place, they have to make sure that they keep criminality and a threat to your safety. So if you think your safety is being threatened, you won't question logical data. Like, how can we eliminate poverty to reduce crime? Or how can we increase education? Because we understand that most people in prison have not completed high school. So we have to make sure that we keep the policy focused on what is the issue at hand and not our own fears. Because in America, the fear of blackness has led to policies that have not been changed since the 1800s. Now, I'll give you an example. The state of Illinois has a bail reform. And bail reform is very powerful because what it does is it says that rich people who commit crimes and poor people who commit crimes are not the same, because a rich person can afford bail and a poor person cannot. So if a poor person is in jail for a $5,000 bail and he can't come up with $500, he will sit in jail until a trial, which could take years in some instances, whereas a rich person can't. And Illinois said that's a problem of inequity and injustice. We need to fix that. So what police have done is said, this will make you less safer. Kidnappers and murderers and rapists will be on the streets because you will be less safe. And they come up with these little charts and demographics and don't even tell you that the bill is over 760 pages of reform, but they try to make you fear as the only tactic. Well, police will not enforce trespassing anymore. And I will say, well, wait a minute, they can cite you, but they won't take you to jail. That's a black code. That is a derivative of the black codes. And they are in 2022 saying we need to repeal the codes that were created to demonize blackness, and people want to protest. Now that's fine, but know the facts. Know that if you are not safer, if the bail is reformed, because the crime has already been committed. Yes, you were not the victim. And if you fear that you're going to be the victim of the crime, then the bail reform won't help you either. Because you have to remember that most crime is not happening to people who do not live in the inter-community where that crime takes place. So this fear tactic needs to stop, because we need sensible policy, because if we don't, we're going to tear ourselves apart, because your fear and my freedom must coexist.